Hello everyone and welcome to Safer Internet Day 2018. My name is Charlie and I'm a member of ChildNet Youth Advisory Board, and I'm also your host for this afternoon's presentation. We have got some fantastic speakers and presentations lined up for you today, and I'm so pleased to be here on Safer Internet Day as like many other young people. I know that going online is a really important part of my life and probably is for everyone in this room. But to talk about the day and theme a little bit more, I'd like you to put your hands together for Will Gardner, the Director of UK Safer Internet Centre.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Nick. A great start. Welcome to Safer Internet Day 2018. I know it hasn't started this moment. You've all been very busy outside with the young people showing you all the incredible displays. I'm sure you're feeling quite relieved to come in here for a rest. But you won't be having that. I need to give you a warning that there will be flash photography at some points. There's a microphone that will be flying around the room, maybe to you, and there'll be flash photography to try and capture it. So there'll be a Q&A later on, so just be warned. That's going to come. So I'm Will Gardner. I'm the Director of the UK Safer Internet Centre. It's a partnership between ChildNet, the IWF, and the South West Grid for Learning. There's a Safer Internet Centre in every EU country, and together we agree the theme for Safer Internet Day, create, connect and share with respect. A better internet starts with you for this year, a positive message, a call to action which has been celebrated right across the EU, but in fact 143 countries are actively supporting Safer Internet Day this year, so it's become a very global activity. Nick already touched upon this, but we know Safer Internet Day can have a real reach and a real impact, and that is because all of you and others right across the country and the whole country are actively doing things to support the day. In schools, charities are actively involved, police services and more, and that grand collaboration means that we reached last year 42% of children, which is a staggering number for a one-day campaign, and 23% of parents. And then you can also see the impact that is had on those young people and those parents who heard those messages. So it is an incredible opportunity, and it's an opportunity that we need to seize. It is a day, and you might argue there are days for this and there's a day for that, but when you get everybody together working collaboratively on a particular day, my goodness, you can really see the reach and the impact that we can have. Now, I've got one or two thank yous to give at this moment. As you can see, we've got 1,700 organisations, more than that, who are actively supporting Safer Internet Day from so many different sectors. I won't go through them all. You'll be relieved to hear, and unfortunately not all 1,700 are up on the screen. But it gives you a flavour from all different sectors. This is an important issue. How do we help empower young people and protect them to use technology safely and responsibly? And to all these organisations and more, they want to get involved and do something, which is really, really exciting. I do want to particularly thank BT for hosting our event, and as Nick was describing, the work that's happening training EE staff across stores across the UK. Safer Internet Day is on the BT Tower as well, which is phenomenal. There's also, I was walking past Piccadilly today. It's up on the big screen and the Piccadilly Circus. Thank you for Samsung for supporting that. It's a really big, very big message to support the day, which is really very exciting. I also want to thank Oath, who have got behind our education packs again this year, which we've made available, and I'll talk about those in a moment. But it really helps us to make teachers feel comfortable to talk about the subject in school. And the impact of that is enormous. We know of schools that responded, 48% who said from Safer Internet Day last year, supporting the day led to young people disclosing potential online safeguarding issues. So that really can have an impact. Oath has also been supporting us with an advertising campaign. And we've also had some other online support. So we've had online support from Snapchat, who provided filters and a Snap ad. We've got Twitter, who provided custom emoji and ad credit to help spread the Safer Internet Day word, as well as ad credit from Facebook. So we're really using the technology to reach out to children and young people on the platforms that they are using. Outside of the tech industry, we've got Premier League football clubs supporting the day. You've probably seen a few logos up there. At Liverpool Football Club, they're running a youth event with 800 young people who've gone to the stadium to learn about online safety and to become empowered digital citizens, which is very exciting. We have Lloyds Banking Group up there, who have a team of digital champions who are active in their communities and in their branches across the country. We have government actively supporting the day. We had Margot James, Minister for Digital, come and meet some of the young people this morning here at the BT Centre, which is wonderful. We've got the BBC, and I don't know if you've seen the clip this morning, the mean comments clip. If you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to see it. It's on the BBC site for children and young people. Own it. Really powerful video about mean comments and the impact that they can have on young people, but also about positive comments. It captures the whole balance. So there we are, a range of different organisations who are actively supporting the day. For schools, and this is what Oath helped us with, we've created ed packs, and these are being used this year going with early years. We haven't done this before, so early years, Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and parents and educators and parents and carers and educators, and video content with SID TV. It's all there. Last year we had 500,000 downloads of those resources, and I would expect to see those being used across the country today. So the message that we're giving out to parents is, have this conversation today because your school has started it already with your children and young people. We have a big social media campaign. It starts with us. It's been trending on Twitter throughout the day, and it's where people share their pledges for how they will help create a better internet. And we had a thunderclap that went out this morning with a social reach of 9 million, which is the biggest we've ever had. So really phenomenal. And Safer Internet Day has had good media coverage. So we've had BBC, Sky, ITV, national, local radio, newspapers and online. So the message is getting out there. The opportunity is there to capitalise upon that, to let those messages reinforce what happens in schools, reinforce what parents are hearing from elsewhere, so it can lead to that national conversation that we want to be having. So the global theme is create, connect and share with respect to better internet starts with us. We've taken the opportunity on this day to look at how technology impacts on relationships and friendships. And we put out a report this morning, which hopefully many of you will have seen, but I'll show you some quick highlights from it. What is positive about technology? What does it add to friendships? And what are the potential issues? And how are young people managing this? So I've got some great data here. So we can see that this is 8 to 17-year-olds, and we had 2,000 young people complete an online survey. So many 8 to 17-year-olds are using a range of services on a daily basis to chat with their friends. And you can see YouTube, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. 73%, it says it's important for their friends to reply to their message as soon as they've seen them, which is really interesting, seeing the pressure to continue or maintain friendships, but from the social media. Let's be a good friend. How does that play itself out in a digital space? 73 days. On average, young people say that you need at least 73 days in a Snapchat streak to show that you are good friends. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that? That's 2.5 months of sharing a picture with a friend on a daily basis to maintain friendships. It takes 52 likes on a post to make you feel happy. You need 214 followers on Instagram to feel happy. There's lots of really interesting ways in which you can actually numerically count relationships in this social media environment. And I think it's useful that this report shines a light on that. So what does it really mean? What does a Snapchat streak really mean? How important is it in young people's relationships? We've got some data about what's positive and what's negative in relation to the experience of this communication within friendships. There's a very positive story to say. Something online has made you feel happy, 89%, inspired, 89%. That's fabulous that technology is helping improve young people's experiences in that way. But also how you support others online. 83% at the bottom. 83% of young people have experienced people being kind to them online. And then the flip side of that, you have young people who feel sad or anxious. And nearly half of young people said that in the last year someone had been mean to them online. So what strategies are young people developing if that does happen? So the top answer for that was, I'll do something else. I'll do something else that I enjoy. I'll do something offline that I enjoy, or I'll do something else online that I enjoy. But also young people would speak up and talk to their parents and carers and would speak to friends. And in fact, 77% of young people said that they did want to talk to parents and carers about issues that were worrying them online. I think that's another important message we can get out to parents on Safer Internet Day, that there is a role, and young people do want them to play that role about parenting online as well as offline. 88% of young people said they had sent a kind message online to a friend who was feeling sad or upset. Technology being used as a supportive role within relationships. Young people looking out for each other online, which is a very fantastic figure. We've got events happening here in London, obviously, with young people, but there are events happening all over the country. I mentioned Liverpool already. There is an event in Scotland, in Wales, and in Northern Ireland. And as I said before, in schools right across the country. And as here, young people are very much taking the lead in this activity. I hope you found the sessions just earlier very, very interesting, and I hope also inspiring, as these incredible young people have probably put you through your paces and make you really think about communicating online. What is digital empathy online? What is a good friend? How can we all play our part here? So I'm really delighted to say that I'm the last old person I think you're going to see on the stage. I'm going to hand back to Charlie now. Thank you very much.